Ancient Egyptian records describe an era of human apex known as Zep Tepi, the first time. They viewed this period as a starting point, defined by high civilization rather than a primitive beginning. The priests of the Nile Delta preserved this history for millennia, eventually sharing the details with Greek scholars. This is how the philosopher Plato came to document the layout of a lost empire that had vanished 9,000 years before his own era. He described a city of precise urban planning. The capital was organized into alternating rings of land and water, 3 concentric circles connected to the sea by a grand 5-mile-long canal. At the very center sat the Citadel and the great temple of Poseidon. The wealth of the city was displayed on its walls, which were coated in orichalcum, a legendary metal that flashed with a brilliant red light. This society utilized the natural laws of the planet to build a global power, making the sudden silence that followed their peak deeply unsettling. Some theorists suggest orichalcum functioned as a crystalline superconductor, used to harvest and harness solar energy to power the entire island. This energy grid supported a global, pollution-free empire. It provided the Atlanteans with capabilities that far exceeded the struggles of the surrounding early human cultures. But that technological success fostered a dangerous cultural hubris. The Atlanteans believed their mastery over energy made them immune to the unpredictable movements of the Earth itself. The very civilization that relied on the light of the sun was about to be overtaken by the absolute darkness of the ocean. Far beneath the golden architecture, the mid-Atlantic oceanic crust was unstable. The city had been built directly over a volatile tectonic rift. One theory points to an internal trigger. Scientists conducted deep drilling experiments that pushed too far, piercing the Earth's mantle. When the drill breached the chamber, the sudden release of pressure caused the liquid mantle to violently erupt upward, initiating a catastrophic blowout beneath the capital. The physical shockwave was devastating. The geometric harmony of the orichalcum crystal lattice shattered instantly, neutralizing their energy infrastructure in a fraction of a second. This left the population defenseless against the planet's raw physical reaction. The tectonic rupture immediately displaced millions of tons of seawater, forming a 600-foot mega tsunami. The delicate architectural spires of the capital were absolutely no match for the blunt force trauma of the approaching water. The concentric rings and grand canals were overwhelmed in moments, flooded and ripped apart by the kinetic energy of the surge. Then came the final geological blow. With the magma chamber beneath it depleted, the crust deflated, and the entire landmass sank rapidly into the abyss. In a single day and night, a horrific planetary event permanently erased one of the most advanced civilizations on record. In the wake of a catastrophe this large, we have to look for specific physical evidence that survives the reset. We can find geological proof of ancient activity on the seafloor today. In the Strait of Sicily, near Pantelleria, archaeologists have located submerged obsidian processing sites, hard evidence of human occupation and trade routes that were active before the ocean levels rose. This physical evidence aligns with the cultural memory preserved by the survivors, a history passed down through generations and guarded in the shadow of Egyptian monuments. The story of Atlantis is not a simple fable, but a fragmented historical record of a localized extinction event. The ruined city now rests out of reach, settled at the bottom of the ocean under millions of tons of crushing water pressure. The former empire of light is now silent, suffocating, and devoid of human power. It serves as a haunting warning about the blind faith we place in technological supremacy today. No matter how much a society progresses, humanity exists at the mercy of the Earth's raw and unforgiving power.
The past is no longer lost. It is being rendered. Thank you for watching this AI reconstructed journey. Our next investigation into next topic, Ancient Egypt's power grid, is coming soon. Subscribe now so you don't miss a single frame of history reimagined. I'll see you in the next mystery. Comment below which ancient mystery you want us to render next. We read every suggestion.